You know that feeling when you wake up and the first thing you notice is quiet? Not silence exactly, just quiet. No alarm going off in a panic, no messages already waiting, no feeling that you are already behind on something. Just the room, the light, and a few seconds where nothing is asking anything from you. That happened to me last weekend. I woke up on Saturday morning, and before I even opened my eyes, I thought, something is different. And then I realized what it was. I had nowhere to be. No plans, no time I had to hit, just a whole day sitting there, open and unhurried. I made coffee, slowly. And I mean actually slowly. Usually, when I make coffee in the morning, I am doing three other things at the same time: checking my phone, looking for my keys, trying to remember if I forgot something. But that morning, I just stood in the kitchen, watched the coffee, listened to it, and waited. And it was genuinely one of the nicest moments I had all week. That is a little sad if you think about it. But also, I think a lot of you understand exactly what I mean. So today, I want to talk about peaceful days, what they feel like, how to describe them in English, and maybe what actually makes a day feel peaceful in the first place. Because I do not think it is just about doing nothing. I think it is something a little more specific than that. Let's start with a word I use a lot when I talk about days like this: peaceful. Peaceful means calm, quiet, and without stress. Not exciting necessarily, not full of things, just settled. Like when a glass of water stops moving and goes completely still. That is peaceful. And what I love about this word is that it is not the same as empty. You can have a peaceful day that is actually quite full. A peaceful walk, a peaceful conversation, a peaceful afternoon of reading. The word is about how something feels, not how much is happening. I had a peaceful day. That is a sentence you can use when someone asks how your weekend was, and you do not want to say fine or good or okay, which honestly mean almost nothing. I had a peaceful day gives a real picture. The person listening can feel it. Now, one of the phrases I used that morning and that I think is just beautiful in everyday English is, I had a slow morning. A slow morning. Not a lazy morning, which sometimes has a negative feeling, like you wasted time. A slow morning means you moved gently. You were not rushing. You were not watching the clock. You let the morning open at its own pace. I had a slow morning. I made coffee and just sat with it. That sentence is so simple, but it says so much. It tells you the person was present. They were not multitasking. They were just there, in their kitchen, with their coffee. And that was enough. After my coffee, I did something I almost never do in the week. I stayed off my phone. To stay off your phone means you did not use it. You did not check messages, you did not scroll, you just left it on the table and let it be a small, silent rectangle for a while. I stayed off my phone for about an hour, and I cannot tell you how different the morning felt because of that. Usually, my brain is busy with things that are not even in the room with me: emails from work, news I cannot do anything about, other people's opinions about things I did not ask to know. But that morning, none of that entered. It was just me and the kitchen and the light coming through the window. And here is something I noticed. When you stay off your phone in the morning, time feels different. An hour feels like an hour, not like something that disappeared while you were scrolling. I went outside around 10, not for exercise, not to get somewhere, just to walk. And there is a real difference between a walk you take to go somewhere and a walk you take to just be outside. The second kind, the unhurried kind, that is the one that actually does something for you. I walked slowly. I noticed things. The color of a door I had passed 100 times without seeing. A cat sitting on a low wall, completely unbothered by everything around it. The sound of someone's window open and music coming out quietly. After that walk, I felt something shift, and the word for it is refreshed. Refreshed means you feel better, cleaner somehow, more awake, but in a calm way. Not wired, not energized like you drank too much coffee, just clear. The walk was refreshing. I felt refreshed. And with that came another phrase I think is really useful. The walk helped me clear my mind. To clear your mind means your thoughts stop running in circles. The mental noise quiets down. Whatever was sitting heavy in your head, the list of things, the half finished worry, it gets lighter. Not gone necessarily, but lighter. A quiet walk, a slow morning, music, a hot shower. These things help us clear our minds. And when your mind is clear, even a simple afternoon feels like enough. I came home, made lunch. Nothing special. I did not order anything. I just used what I had. And I sat at the table to eat it. Actually sat. Not in front of something, not with my phone beside the bowl. Just at the table, with the food, in the quiet. And I thought, I needed this. That phrase, I needed this. It is so small, but it lands hard sometimes. Because when you find yourself saying it, it means you had been running on low for a while, and something finally gave you back a little energy. That is the word recharge. Recharge means to rest and get your energy back, like a battery. And I love this word for people, not just phones, because it makes it practical. It removes the guilt. You are not being lazy. You are recharging. Your phone does not apologize for needing to be plugged in. You do not need to apologize for needing stillness. I stayed home because I needed to recharge. That is a sentence you can use, and it is a complete explanation. No one needs more than that. In the afternoon, I sat with a book. Not a podcast in one ear and a show running in the background and a conversation happening at the same time. Just the book. And I realized I had not done that in weeks, months maybe. There was always something else also happening. But that afternoon, just the book. And the way that felt was almost strange at first. My brain kept reaching for something. More input, more stimulation, and then slowly it stopped, and I just read. That is what unwinding actually feels like, I think. Not the moment you sit down. The moment a little later when your body finally believes you are not going anywhere. To unwind means to relax after stress or a busy period. It is not instant. It takes a little time. The first few minutes you are still carrying the week, and then gradually the weight lifts. I like to unwind with a book in the afternoon, or after a long week, I need time to unwind. You can use this word with almost anything: music, a walk, cooking, a bath, sitting on the sofa doing genuinely nothing productive. By evening, I had not done anything impressive. I had not been productive by any standard, but I felt something I had not felt in a long time: rested. And I think that is worth talking about because we do not always give rest the same credit we give activity. We say, I was so busy this weekend, with a kind of pride. But saying, I had a peaceful, slow, quiet weekend, sometimes that feels like you need to defend it, like it was not enough. But here is what I want to say. There are weeks where a peaceful Saturday is the most important thing you can give yourself. More important than the errand you ran or the email you caught up on. The quiet day, the slow morning, the walk that went nowhere in particular. Those things are not nothing. They are maintenance. They are how you keep going without falling apart. A peaceful day is not empty. It is full of something quieter. And sometimes that is exactly what you need. So if someone asks you this week how your weekend was, and it was a slow one, a quiet one, a nothing big happened one, try saying, I had a peaceful day. I finally got a moment to breathe. I needed to recharge, and I did. Because that is a real answer. And in English, a real answer is always better than a polished one. Let's close with a few of the phrases we used today so you can take them with you. I had a peaceful day. Peaceful, calm, quiet, without stress. I had a slow morning. Slow morning, unhurried, no rushing, gentle beginning to the day. I stayed off my phone. Stayed off. Did not use. Left it alone. The walk was refreshing. I felt refreshed. Refreshing. Something that makes you feel better and clearer. It helped me clear my mind. Clear your mind. Let go of mental noise. Stop overthinking for a while. I needed to recharge. Recharge. Rest and get your energy back. I like to unwind in the evenings. Unwind. Relax slowly after stress or a busy day. Use these this week, not just when you are studying English, but when you are actually talking. When someone asks how you are, when you are describing your weekend, when you are telling someone what you did and you want to be honest about it. I will see you in the next episode. Take it slow today if you can. You probably need it more than you think. This is Harper, and you have been listening to Native Echo Podcast. Take care.